So welcome to YIY Soul Conversation, and join me in welcoming our beautiful guest, Bridget Sisney.
Hey y'all!
Bridget is just extraordinary. She's an amazing 500-hour yoga teacher and Ayurveda specialist.
Ooh, so fancy. Hi everybody, I'm happy to be here.
So one of the reasons I just had to sit and connect with Bridget is because, like I said, she's just amazing. But Bridget and I met a couple of years ago. I think it's probably about 5 years ago now. It's been a while ago.
Yeah.
And I instantly connected with Bridget and her spirit. I was just like, oh my God, it's this warm, carefree, happy, bubbly spirit that it just, I think,
unexpected spirit too.
And it just draws people to you. And I'm like, oh my God. And it's never changed. You know, like,
even when I'm tired.
All the time. I mean, like, you pull it from somewhere, and I'm like, okay, I need to know, Bridget, where's this coming from? Because I know, like everybody, you have your ups and downs. But when it's time to show up and be present for people, it's always there at 100%. Where does this source of joy come from?
Oh man, I mean, I feel like you just said it, to just like be present, because I don't know, okay, this is about to be crazy story. It's so early. It's too early in the conversation for a crazy story. Okay, it's not that bad.
Nope.
Okay, so honestly though, like I was at the eyebrow place yesterday, and the news was on, and I really just was sitting there and I started crying. This is why I don't watch the news, because I'm saying it's so much going on, and I don't know if they call that the impact. I don't know what they call it, but I can sit, and if I feel or think about anything long enough, oh man, I'm just gone, And so when I'm somewhere, I have to be present. I have to be in the moment, because if I start thinking about, the earthquake that Turkey just had, or Hurricane Zeta that just passed, and racism. If I just sit and think about anything, I would just completely start to cry, and it will consume me, and it would just be too much. And my mother always tells me that, she's like, Bridget, you can feel. She's like, you just can't stay there. Yeah. Because there have been times where I've called her and I've been crying so hard. She's like, do I need to come? Where are you? Is everything okay? And I was like, I just got sad and I couldn't stop. So I don't know. I just feel all of the things. And so I can't feel all the things all the time. So I was like, nope, I'm present. So I'm here. And I find the joy of being present. But if I think about anything every which way, Libby, you gotta pull me up off the ground. You're like, Bridget, oh my God, Bridget, I can't get up. I'm just laid out all the time.
But it's so interesting. I feel that happens when I don't know if I necessarily feel as much as you do, but I do know. Earlier this week, it was Monday to be exact, and I was like, I'm depressed. I felt this heaviness. I'm like, I don't know where it's coming from. So Hector and Dries, my oldest son, was like, how was your day? How are you? I'm like, I don't know, I'm depressed. Yeah. And they're like, why? I'm like, I don't know. I don't feel it. Yeah. And then I had spoke to my cousin later in the week, and she was having a really bad, heavy day. Mm-hmm. And her and I are really close. Mm-hmm. And we start, but I noticed through our practice, through yoga, the deeper you go into your practice, the more open you become and truly connected. I know it sounds taboo, but it's you truly become connected with all things.
Literally. And it is like that, for real. I will be watching TV and it won't even be a real thing. It'll be a sitcom, something somebody made up, and I'll be like, oh my God. I'm so sad. I'm sad. Yeah. And they're like, Bridget, it's not real television. And I was like, I just feel it. I don't know, And so I have to monitor, the things, how much I expose myself to.
Yeah. And what you bring in and take in.
Yes, exactly. And I say that all the time. I'm like, put it down, Bridget. That's not yours to pick up. So put that down. Because I'm always picking up other stuff or other people's work or other people's energy. Nope, put that down. Because if not, I'm just going to get overwhelmed. It's going to become too much. And it's going to be laid out. Y'all going to be like, what is Bridget? I'm be laid out on the floor, you know. And it's so funny because I was talking to like one of my teachers that I support at work, and that's what I told her. I was like, have you heard? Because I don't want to make any assumptions. And I was like, have you ever heard of this lady? And they were like, who? And I was like, her name is Badu. Erica Badu. and my teacher didn't know. Mm-hmm. It's just like, no. And I said, well, she has a song. And it is called Bag Lady. And it is about putting down things that are not yours. Yes. And then I sang a little bit of the song for her. And she was like, I'm going to have to look that up. And I said, I'm going to send it to you. And I literally told her, you know, and so I literally, you know, I'll play that song. I'll think about the lyrics because it's so true, you know.
Man, I wish I had my phone in my hand. So right now, we're like filming from two different devices. But if I had my phone, I would put that on right now. You'd be like, yes.
Because it is. You got to put down what's not yours.
Yes, you know? I love that.
But you also got to pick up what's yours, right? Which gets us to that responsibility, which gets us to our purpose. And so that's, you know, I try to stay centered right there.
Yeah. So yeah. What brought you to your mat? And so, it's like, what brought you to your yoga mat, and what does yoga mean to you?
Okay, let's see, what brought me to the mat? I think, so the first thing I would say, what brought me to the mat was, you know, I don't know what our people know, but I have scoliosis. So I have two curves in my spine. And was like, we found this out in high school. And you know how doctors talk, they was like, wear brace or get surgery. And I was like, that's not really my thing. So it's not really my mother's thing. So we were like, no. But essentially, it was just like, you need to strengthen the muscles in your back to stabilize, right? And so they were like, oh, you can do these exercises. You know, they give you a little pamphlet, all this stuff. And he was like, you can do yoga. I was like, okay. So I come from like a dance background. So in school, I went to a performing arts school for dance. And I was like, okay, yoga isn't foreign. You know, we would do like the warm up, down dogs. I knew how to do that. Mm-hmm. And so got into a yoga practice to help with scoliosis so that, you know, I wouldn't have any more pain. And so that I could just strengthen the muscles that support us, right? To be able to sit up, to be able to do, you know, the little stuff we do, all of that.
Well, wait, I'm sorry, guys, to interrupt, but as Bridget's flowing, I'm like, oh, I forgot to tell everybody, Bridget is our YTT anatomy trainer as well. So as she talks about the muscles in the spine and the flowing and
oh, sorry, people. Okay, not that. She didn't want that. Okay, yeah.
I was like, yes, Bridget. And so I'm sorry to interrupt.
No, you're good. What are we talking?
But like if you follow like your page and like you have such a beautiful flow that I know some people that didn't know, like I know what brought you to your mat.
Right.
But if you have like any supers that didn't know, it's like your journey is just such a true example and testimony because the way you flow, no one would ever even know or even imagine that you had any issues with your back or your spine. You're doing your pumpings and your inversions.
But you know, and honestly, that's, I don't know, it's a sense of joy and not to be, well, I guess I put on our message that we were going to get deep. So I guess this is the deep part. But it's joy. Like I'm thankful that I'm able to do those things. And now they don't cause pain because that's what brought me to the doctor's office, you know, at 16, because I was in so much pain and I was dancing and I was cheering and I was dancing outside of school and I was hurting and I was scared that I was going to have to stop at 16, right? Like you found something that you love to do. You've done it all the way up since like you were 6, 7 years old. And now somebody is saying that you need to stop that you need to take that away. And yoga gave me the strength, it gave me the freedom. It also like gave me the control, right? It gave me the intellect to know how to take care of myself. And so, you know, when I do it back then, I'm like, oh my goodness, I'm doing this and it doesn't hurt, you know, or if I'm doing an inversion, even if I know how to flip over safely, right? Yeah. Like, so I've taught myself, you know, and now I have this level of awareness. And so it's fun, you know, it's joyful that I'm able to do it. So I want to do all the weird things until I can't anymore. But then I'll be thankful because I had the time, I had the space, I had the opportunity. Because at one point people was talking like I hadn't, or I couldn't, or I wouldn't. So no. So yeah.
What does yoga mean?
Well, because honestly, I really love the idea to yoke, right? I love the idea of uniting, of connecting, of bringing things together that folks don't think fit. Like I feel like that's the epitome of like me and my yoga practice. Because when people say they're like, "You do yoga? Are you sure?" I be like, "Baby, don't let the thick thighs fool you, okay? Don't let the thick thighs fool you. Don't let this little belly. It's strong, okay? It is strong.
You find
under those
it.
Don't let the potato deter you, okay? There is strength under here." So I love that. I appreciate, the unexpectedness of it and the idea that in my mind, right, in my life, yoga unites perfectly to everything that I'm already like naturally drawn to.
Yes.
And so for that, to me, yoga truly is to unite, is to connect. And that's what I try to do, when I'm teaching. I'm like, I ask my people, like, what's going on with you? What you want to do? Like, let's connect. Like, I got an idea of what we can do today. But if you don't want to do it, we can do some other stuff.
Yeah. And that's your personality. It's like you have this beautiful ability to just flow and connect. I mean, like, well, I guess it's like I said earlier, you got this free spirit. So it's like, but honestly, Bridget, like, to be serious, like you have this free spirit, but then you have this organized, professional aspect of it that is not just like butterflies and flowers. It's it's a purpose behind everything. I mean, like, before you even walk into that class, you already have your mindset on like what this is going to be, but you have the openness to adjust to however you need. Yeah, and I think that's so unique and beautiful. You know what I mean?
Oh, I love it, baby.
Yeah, like, girl.
Oh my goodness, no. But honestly, and we talk about this at my job right now. This whole idea, since work, since school is virtual, since so much is virtual right now, of this both and idea. And I had never heard of that, but now I like love it and I apply it to every part of my life. Like, we don't have to be in an either or mindset. So as a teacher, as a facilitator of space, I can come in with a plan. I can come in responsible and aware, and also create a space that is like inviting and welcoming of others. Like, both of these things can be true if we just release like this dichotomy of either or.
And putting everything in this box and labeling everything and say, no, you belong here. And it's like, no.
And honestly, if that was the case, I wouldn't be nowhere where I'm at right now. If I was sitting and going with boxes, first off, like people I just tell you, I wouldn't be where I'm supposed to. The boxes have never worked for me. No, not the boxes. Never. So yeah, that's it though. That's how I got to my mat. So that's what got me to the mat. And now
that's what got you to your inner yoga.
Yes.
Because we don't do boxes.
No, y'all, Libby don't do no boxes. And that's how we want me clean
boxes. Yeah. As you're talking, I'm like, that's what it is. Because it's like people are quick to try to label you, and it's like, yeah, but that's not realistic.
It's not at all. And because I don't know, I think it's maybe some new term thing, but it's true. As yoga teachers, sometimes people have this perspective of, or this perception of like, oh, y'all are always peaceful. Now, y'all know all the way here, I was playing Jeezy because it's the verses coming up of T.I. versus G. So I was trying to see, I'm T.I. It's like I think we got like a week or two. Okay. Yeah, we got time. But I was like, am I Team T.I. or am I Team Jeezy? And like you said, if you've been to one of my yoga classes or you've been one of my videos or something, I got waterfalls in my class. Don't get me wrong. Like, I like the sound of water, y'all. Not all the time, though. There are different things. There are different parts of our personality. We're whole people. But we are people. We are humans. So we go through an entire range of emotions and things. And 2020 has been so different for everybody that honestly, I don't know, I was talking about this maybe a couple of weeks ago, but I was telling people I had to pull out my toolbox and I had to use all of the things, to bring myself back to center, to find that moment to unite, because I was off and I was like, okay, I laid in my shavasana, okay, I did that, okay, I meditated, okay, I did that, I prayed, I did that, I saged. Okay, I did that. I took a walk. I did that. I called a friend. I did that. I had a dance party. I did a twerkathon. You know, and it took all of those things for me to find self, for me to find my breath. And then I found it, and I was like, okay, that's cool, right? And there's no shame that I had to pull 10 things out today instead of just 1 or 2, right? There's nothing wrong with that. The idea is that for some reason we've been called to hold space. And that's what I tell people, you know, I don't know, y'all, my daytime job, I was a teacher. And so really in that way, I held space for children to learn, to explore, to be little rebel rousers in the 4 walls of the school building. And now I hold space for teachers and help them and support them through professional development. And so in addition to that, as a yoga instructor, I do the same thing. You know, I hold space for people. And with that, we have tools, we have resources, and they're offerings. I tell everybody come to my yoga class. This is your mat. Yeah. This is your practice. You know, I'm gonna give you some stuff you could do. And you might be like, Bridget, friend, I'm not interested in that today. And I'm like, okay, you know, I need you to stay safe. You know, I got my liability insurance, but you signed a waiver. So, you know, we're good here. As long as you understand your boundaries and I understand mine. And but really though, in all seriousness, it's your mat, it's your practice. And what brings you there may be aligned for what I have planned, and it may be something else, right? Yeah. But going back to the both and they can occur, right? So I can take something new and I can also give an offering on the way out. So.
And I think it's like you said, you know, like, well, for one, yoga it's a practice. It's not linear, right? So it's like we're going to go, you know, we have our ups and downs. We're whole people. And I tell people, you know, when they say, oh, you're so peaceful, or da-da-da, I'm like, man, you should have met the other Libby. Like I think yogis were like at one point the craziest people ever. For sure. And then they just couldn't take it any longer. For sure. Like, no, I have to do this in order to stay sane.
Yes.
And so it's like it wasn't always this way. It's not always this way. Yeah. But as our practice grow, like you said, we just have tools to maintain and find our center once again. Exactly. But it's not realistic to think every day I'm going to be happy or every day is going to be okay. And I was reading or listening to something, and a gentleman, he said, I'm like, that's what it is. People tend to think you do yoga or you meditate because it brings you peace, when actually it's like you're practicing and meditating just to sit with self. Yep. And whatever comes from that, you're sitting with that at that moment. Exactly. And then at some point it may bring you peace. Right. But you're not gonna sit and just be at peace. Exactly. You know? And I think that's why people say all the time, oh, I can't meditate. I tried that before. I tried that. And I started thinking about the chicken or the fish. Yep. Okay. Go deeper. Keep going. Yes. And that happens to everybody. Everybody. And if you're only trying to sit for 5 minutes, nobody's mind is just going to be clear in 5 minutes. Right. You need a little bit more time.
But again, that's getting outside of boxes, right? Because we were putting an expectation on meditation. Yep. Ooh, look, I don't know how to add them Asians on Asians. But literally though, you know, you're having expectation when you enter there. And honestly, both and, because sometimes I go to my mat and I do have an expectation, like I'm entering this space and I'm saying, Bridget, okay, we're gonna commit to, you know, working and building and just moving for 45 minutes. And sometimes I come to the mat and I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing on this joint. What am I doing on this joker? You know, I'm like, I don't know. Let's start by sitting down and see what happens, you know. And but I love that. Start, I don't know what we're gonna do. Legs up the wall. Let's see where we go from there. You know, you never know. But again, it's both ends, because sometimes where you are in life, or the season you are, you know, you need the discipline. Because when we talk about the different types of yoga, right, and when we do restorative, and when you need yin, and when you need ashtanga, right, when you want a vinyasa to flow, right, so that you can be more creative, like all of those different ones. Because I tell you, I was like, well, I still technically, if we're technical about it, have only had 2 Ashtanga classes ever. And that, do y'all know? I don't know if y'all know. That, honey, you got to do what the people say when you go to their class. You got to do what they say. They have an order, and you have to do what you're supposed to do every time. That was not the way I was brought into the fold, okay? You know, what the Ashtangas in the city, I think they like me, you know. I'm not in a clique, but, you know, they see me, they're like, hey, Bridget. But they're like, get that Vinyasa girl over there. But I think they like me. Look, Libby likes me. Caroline likes me. Joy likes me. I think they like me. But I know they be looking like,
no.
She go over there creating and
but
laying all around.
But I do believe, like you're right. It's
But I like it now.
There's order to it. But I noticed, because I don't teach Ashtanga, I love the practice Ashtanga, because it's typically is when, like you said, I know, okay, I need to bring some discipline into my practice.
Yes.
But I love the teachers that switch it up for us, right?
Right.
And so you still may get that in your practice, you know, take a couple of extra breaths, or you know, like those things.
They do.
But it's that beauty of that space for, I think, some of the newer teachers. They do get creative, like Caroline.
Yeah,
it's like she'll play some hip hop with her Ashtanga sometimes. And the traditional Ashtangis may be like, you don't do that. But times are changing.
Yeah,
and we need to connect where we are and bring what we can. But man, like you said, because I know we both Bhakta. And we're all over the place.
Help me.
That is like that Ashtanga can just bring us in line.
But this is what I'm saying, Libby.
And then it just
now it's cold. And I was telling Caroline Schmidt, my like Ayurveda mentor, everything. And I was like, I'm all over the place. You know, she watching. Because I had posted something like, oh my goodness, y'all, I'm out of balance, blah, blah, blah. And she was like, you know, you my Bhakta baby. And she was like, you need some grounding. And I was like, yeah, but honestly, that's what, because I've been taking like rocket classes, which comes off of Ashtanga, but just a few little things are different. But it's essentially still, you follow the same set of sequences and poses that you do the entire class. And honestly, it's just so, it's nice to not have to create.
To not have
like,
to
so now, you know,
like I'm just breathing and following.
Exactly. And now it's just automated. And
with like that movement meditation.
Yes. And I found some freedom there. And it feels like my Vinyasa freedom.
Yeah.
You know, it feels like just flowing, because when I be flowing, I don't know where I'm gonna go. Sometimes y'all be up with a foot over here. Talking about that page.
Yeah.
Get right there.
You have to follow Bridget. Is it universal wellness?
I don't know.
Yeah, it's universal wellness. Follow Bridget on IG, man. Her clothes are so beautiful, man.
Yeah, my foot end up on my shoulder, and I never know how.
Oh my God, the way she flowed, you know that it's just all natural and she's just connecting. Follow Bridget, please.
But now I like, let people tell me what to do, where to go. What? Right here, got it. 3 sun A's, got it. 2 sun B's, yes. Yes, got it. I know exactly what we're doing. Okay, I'm ready. But it has been free, and because honestly, I've been more consistent with it. And it feels good. It feels good to know like what's next in that structure. And also because honestly, I've never, until like, I don't know, kind of recently, but still kind of not, but to progress. And honestly, my friend, she lives in Detroit. Shout out to Lauren.
Hey, Lauren.
She was taking an Ashtanga class, and she was like, but I can see my progress, Bridget.
Yeah.
And I was like,
yeah.
Oh. You're right, because I don't never do the same thing twice. Probably, I'm probably in another month, but doing the same thing.
You start feeling it.
You start feeling it, and you see your progress, and you know, like things are happening and opening up.
Yeah.
And then you see it on the mat, and then when you get off the mat, you're like, I didn't pop off so quick this time.
Yeah.
There was a little space between the pop off. You know, my coworker, she didn't get it.
Yeah.
But last week she got it. Growth, y'all. That's growth.
And I notice what it also does. I mean, like, I think yoga in general, it does this, but with Ashtanga in particular, it also builds this self-confidence and you know, and self-esteem. You know what I mean? Like, because I think, you know, students, you really, like you said, you get to measure your progression.
Yeah.
And things that you may have thought you'll never be able to do.
Yeah.
You're watching this growth, and it's just like, oh wow, I am capable.
Yep.
There are no limitations.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. And that's good though. You know, it's good to find that in a controlled environment, because then when you get into the world and now it's free fall, it's open, but you enter it in a space of I am disciplined, I am confident, I know that I can achieve my goals when barriers come my way. I know that I can overcome obstacles that I face because I've done that on my mat, in my practice, with myself, right? Because you can do it with yourself. Oh, baby, come through what you got. Because I done did this work. I done did this internal work. Sorry, look, don't come out of the class. You see, I'm like,
look, I told everybody before we even went live, I'm like, I need Bridget. I need this YIY soul conversation. It's been a hard week, and I need this.
Yeah, I'm coming up in here shaking my fingers with my Tim's on. I'm like, take her back, Libby. No. We were like, last week, Libby was peaceful. She took us through. We sent healing energy to Miss Latina. Hi, Miss Latina. And now you got a little thug me from out of home. It's okay. We're all one big family.
Yes, we are. Tell us some of the tools that you use. I know we talked about that, you know, there are many tools.
Yeah.
But what are some of the tools that you use, like just in those times that you feel challenged the most? What are some of your
go-tos? Yes. One is getting present, because like I said, I can easily take on too much. And so I do have to get present. And it's so interesting. You think about how we like open up a traditional vinyasa class. So like you sit down, you get present, feel the weight of your legs into the mat, right? Feel your hands resting on your legs. You know the little walkthrough, right? Feel the temperature of the air against your skin. Feel the fabric, right?
If you're not,
notice where your shoulders are, right? Notice the breath. No judgment on the breath. Just notice the inhale. Where is your exhale today? Is it up high? Is it in the middle? Is it down low? Can you start to notice your face? Like, where are your cheeks? Where's your mouth, right? And I've been on this like whole new, like being more inclusive thing. And so I don't go through all of the fingers anymore, but I say fingers, right? Because someone may be missing a digit in my class and I don't know, right? So how am I as a teacher making sure my cueing is also inclusive to the students I have? I say limbs because I don't know what you have, right? When I say your body, your form, right? You know, I say belly, but to start to notice that, because I be holding stuff like, Bridget, you locking your butt cheek. Don't relax, friend. Right? Or let your shoulders can drop a little lower, you know, or my breath can get deeper. And it's like, try that. What does that feel like? And when I start doing all of that, whatever I was overwhelmed about, I forgot now because I'm over here feeling my belly. You know, I'm noticing where my kneecaps are. When I start to do stuff like that, it brings me back here, back present, right? What does this table feel like? And so try to describe what you're feeling. Try to describe, you know, the smells. Try to describe what you hear. There's music, little puppy naps in the corner. It's a little puppy napping, right? What does that feel? What does that sound like? You know, and so when you start getting aware and attuned to all of that, okay, now I'm here. Okay, cool. Let's do this. I'm good now. You know? And then maybe later, when I'm ready, right, when I am equipped, I'll go and deal and handle with what I need to deal and handle. Yeah. But now I'm ready, you know. Now I ain't pop off too bad on somebody. You know, so funny, I was telling my mother that. I was like, Mom, I'm about to go off on somebody. She was like, no. Wait, you're not that type. I didn't raise you to go off. I was like, Mama, not like for real go off, but I'm going to go off in my way. And she was like, oh, okay, go ahead. Mm-hmm. So she was like, okay, cool. I was like, yep, I didn't go off on nobody, Mama. Not yet. But it might be coming if they keep playing with your girl. But yes, but I have to really get there. And then I also have to remind myself of the things I've already overcome. You know, like when I'm up against a new obstacle or when I want to give up or when I feel like, oh no, I ain't doing this no more. I can remember like, Bridget, you remember that really, really hard thing yesterday or 2 years ago or, you know, however far it was that you really thought you weren't going to make it through? Friend, you made it. Like, you made it through that. You right here, you know.
You did it.
Like, you actually got here. And so you got over that. And then you think about the other one you got over. And then there was another one that you got over. And you still, like, you got right here. Let's go. I'm ready. I'm ready now, right? Because you got to remind yourself.
That's a reflection, right?
You do.
Yeah.
You do.
It's so true.
And so, and the
because in
awareness.
the moment, you feel as though this is the worst thing ever, or what is going on. And like you said, it's like just to think back to the things that, you know, anybody may have to overcome. But I know personally, as you were talking, I'm like, yes, like it's like, and it's interesting that it also feels as though, even when you think about like that vulnerability, you know, like you feel like, all right, I got over that. I'm gonna be cool. It's cool. Sell it. It's like,
no way.
What?
No way. You're not.
I thought to hit you again. You're not. It's, but you know, you do start collecting, like you said, you know, like just if you're able to be aware and reflect back, like, all right, it will be cool. And even in that moment, you may just need to breathe.
Yep.
Deep breath.
Exactly.
And then it's like, oh, okay, this okay.
This is it. Yep. Yep. And I tell myself, just one moment at a time. Yeah. Like, that's the other thing, because I don't know about y'all, but I try to, you know, be all organized and things. Okay, Mama, don't listen now. Y'all, adulting, we'll talk about that later. Okay, but adulting is a thing, but y'all know when y'all wash all your clothes, and then you dry all your clothes, and they just sitting on your bed, and you look at all the clothes, you just close the door and turn around. Oh, y'all don't do that? I'm the one that do that? Okay, y'all do that too. But I don't know why I do that. I'm gonna come up with a new way or something.
I hate folding clothes.
But I wash all of them at one time. I dry all of them at one time. And now that mountain is in front of me. And I'm just like, I can't do this. There's no way I do this. I don't have time to do this. Where do I start? Oh my goodness. Da, 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 da. And then I spiral. And now I'm laid out on the floor. And ain't nobody here to get me because I done got overwhelmed looking at clothes. And I'd be like, Bridget, calm down, friend. Wait. Backtrack. Stop and pause first. Where are you? Okay. Collect yourself. Ground yourself in the moment. Girl, if you don't pick up one pair of leggings, that's it, just one. Pick up the green ones with the little striped lines that look like a zebra on your booty. Them. Roll them up. Put them in the yoga box. Okay, now grab the hot pink ones. Roll them up. Put them in the yoga box. And over time, the bed is clear. Right? So I took that one pair of yoga pants at a time, right? Take that, and now I have to remind myself to apply it to everything. Yeah. Right? So first I stopped. I got present. I grounded myself, right? So that's my breath. That's the body scan if necessary. You know, that's realizing what do I want to be true, right? And so what I want to be true is that the mountain is gone. Right? So whatever your mountain is, right? We want the mountain to not be there. Okay, cool. And now you've decided that you're going to put your energy, your efforts toward the mountain. Not the whole thing.
A little bit at a time.
One moment at a time.
One breath at a time.
That's all I can do. That's all I got. You know? And that's honestly what I do out here. So sometimes people are like, can you do it? Baby, I got one at a time. That's it, honestly. And you know, my clothes, they get gone. That might just take 3 days. You know, I said that I was just gonna do it on Saturday. It took Saturday, Sunday, Monday. But by Tuesday,
it's gone.
Honey.
And it's not the end of the world that it took you 3 days to do it.
It's the box. Get out the box. Who said? How many days? I mean, my mother, you know, she have a theory of how long your clothes should stay outside of the dryer. But that's her box. That's her life, right? That's her. And so this mine. And so again, not taking on other people's limits, like not taking on other people's stuff.
Create your own rules.
Exactly.
And feel free to change them up, switch them up. Don't feel like you bonded to anything.
Exactly, right? And then also the thing is like ask for help, right?
Yes.
Like do not be afraid ever, to ask for help, because I do that today. It was cold and I didn't know what to wear. I was like, Mama, what do you wear when it's cold? I got his leggings. And y'all, I got on leggings. Back I got on a real sweater.
Look, real Yogi.
I posted it on Instagram. I did. Y'all, if you go to my Instagram, it says, what do y'all
about your Instagram?
Nope. But I did put on there, what are real clothes? Because I don't know anymore. I literally looked in the closet. I was looking. Look, I don't know.
Do that. Look, I do that, Kenneth.
Oh, good. See, thank you. I'm so glad I'm not alone. Thank you. I'm so glad I'm not alone. Look for it up. So I don't know. Maybe one day I'll find real clothes. Let me know
Not necessary.
what real clothes are, y'all.
Not necessary.
For real. Look here.
Oh man. So tell me about this Ayurvedic specialist. If someone was curious, how could they reach out to you? Or if I'm totally new to and someone and I was having maybe like all right, let's role play. I know Bridget likes to role play.
I would say call Libby and then
No.
Libby will tell you to call me or something.
If I was like, let's say I'm at work and I'm talking to my coworker and I was like, oh my God, I don't know what's going on. I have no energy. I'm not sleeping at night. I don't know what's going on with me. And my coworker said, you know what? I know a holistic, there's probably a holistic approach you could take on. I'm going to send you to my Ayurveda specialist, Bridget. So I come to Bridget. Okay. What you going to tell me about Ayurveda? If I'm totally clueless. I don't know what it is. But so my coworker said because I don't got no energy and I can't sleep, maybe I should talk to you.
Yeah. So this person is brand new. Then I would just let them know that, Ayurveda is a science. So with it coming from a science background, that there's a protocol. There's a system that we can follow that I can teach you, that I can show you that will make sense to you, right? Because when you say that, I don't think people like really get that like yoga meditation. We have a process, within that. Once you learn the process then you have the freedom to create what you want. And so Ayurveda, you have that same way. And so with that, I would tell them, we're going to start at the beginning. Just like I tell people all the time, like, one of my degrees is in biology. That's a science. People know that. Chemistry is a science, right? So Ayurveda is a science, particularly the science of life, right? And so we're going to we're going to start exploring your life. And so that I'm going to ask, right? Because I have to be invited into your life. Doctors just come up in the room and be like, drop your drawers.
Spread them.
Whoa, friend. We did not get comfortable yet, right? I'm not doing that. That's not how I roll, people. Nope. Never. Right? So there has to be an invite, right? So it's an offering. So I'm going to offer to support you, but I have to be invited into your life and to understand that we're going to do it together. And it's going to take time and it's a process, but to know that I'm here. And so I may ask you around, like, how much time do you spend on a computer or some type of electronic device, right? I may ask you, what's your last meal that you eat, right? Because your digestive system has a lot to do with your rest, right? Is your body able to rest, or is it still trying to digest food? Because you just had church chicken wing, the 3-piece with the jalapeno pepper and a butter biscuit. Ooh. We'll talk about that later, y'all. It's okay. I lost 7 pounds. Not going back. Okay. Sorry. But that's a moment, right? When you sleep, are you noticing that your mind is still going? So like, are you really finding rest? Right? Because just because your body laying doesn't mean that you're finding rest. And so that means when you wake up, you're drowned because you weren't resting, friend. You were just laying still. Yeah. There was no movement. Like your body, you didn't really find anything. So we'll have those type of conversations And we'll talk about, your poop. I'm gonna ask about your poop, like what's going on, right? I'm gonna ask to see your tongue. I'm gonna ask about your lifestyle, like your habits and things like that. But again, it's a complete no judgment space because y'all can ask me about my lifestyle. Oh, y'all be like, interesting. But you know what? So I got a therapist and she was asking me about my lifestyle and I was like, bruh, she was like, look. And I was like, okay. I was like, you sure? Are we doing this?
You sure you're ready for this?
Right. And she was like, okay. She was like, we're gonna talk about that later. And I was like, okay. We can. It's cool. But again, right, it's a non-judgment process. And again, it's deciding like what the goal is for the practitioner. And to just know that they're in support.
And so what are some other things, what are some other symptoms or possible reasons why someone would want to see an Ayurvedic specialist?
To stay in balance, right? If you're a person that's in balance, that you may be in a place now where you just want to just learn, to just understand more, right? Like how we just both talked about, we have high vata tendencies.
Yeah.
And so we just may want to know, like, okay, it's fall, it's winter approaching. So I know I'm in balance now, right? But Bridget, what are some tools? What are some things to help me? Because I know a very rough and cold and dry season is approaching.
Explain that to some people that may not know what Vata is. The doshas, I guess.
We ain't got this kind of time. She plays so much. How she gonna want that quick, y'all? How she gonna want the whole thing?
Because I realized, I'm like, wait, we talk about Vata. Some people are like, what are y'all talking about, Vata?
Baby.
What is that? Ayurveda. Just something.
Y'all see me?
Y'all see what time it is?
Y'all see this little break I'm giving y'all? Okay.
We got a little bit of time.
So we
had
look.
to talk about those. We got like 5 minutes to talk about those.
Y'all see, I gotta come out the crisscross and she gotta get the thigh now because she cutting it up. Okay. So we talk about wanting to be in balance, right? And so based on our experiences, we all interact with the world in some way. And so when we have these interactions with the world, when we experience the natural changes, we change. We call it, I don't want to get too deep with it, but change happens and it throws us off of our natural orientation, I would say, our natural constitution. And so what the goal is of any like sound, good Ayurvedic practice is to bring you back into your natural balance. And because of that, we kind of talk about these 3 different constitutions. Everybody has all 3. We have them at varying degrees at different times in life, right? So summertime, in your 20s, you're in what we would consider like a warm period. And so a pitta, fiery season of life. Your 20s, you're getting it, you're hustling, you're pop locking and dropping it, right? Summer is a warm season. Summer is a hot season. There's a lot of fire. All of that is happening, right? And so we want to bring you into balance. So we're not going to give you more fire and hot. You're in a fiery season of your life. You're in a fiery season in the year on the calendar. And it's the middle of the day. Friend, we're trying to cool you down. Okay? We're trying to ground you. We're trying to give you some things that are going to give you a time to be able to vent and let the heat out, let the fire escape. That's pitta, right? I don't got no pitta in me, y'all. Maybe one day I will. I'm in my 20s. I'm in the last of my 20s. And
I'm Kapha and Vata.
Me too. I mean, it's in there. I mean, obviously it's in there because I digest food, so our digestive system is a thing that does that. But it's my lowest one. And it's being, I don't know, one day, y'all know what? I'm going to be like 80 and my pitta going to go through the roof and I'm going to be like, fire. But just not right now. Okay, sorry. I'm focused. Bring it back. Okay, but then you talk about, so what we already talked about Vata, so let's backtrack and go there. You think about kind of all over the place, real, they quote unquote supposed to be creative. I don't know.
Busy.
Just
like
busy,
doing so much.
but very like intuitive, in ethereal, connected. These are people like feel the air and the ether and all of that type of stuff. But cold, harsh world. So these people that's all, may always eat salads, always raw foods. But again, too much of that also is very drying, it's very brittle, it's very breaking. And so when you have somebody who already is kind of spacey, I would say, I'm called a space cadet. That's what I call my students, space cadet. Sometimes you just need to ground them down. You need to calm them down, slow them down. I'm sure this conversation, y'all probably be like, blah, 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 blah. Like we two little bumblebees just buzzing around at each other, and we understand perfectly what's going on. Y'all might be like, they get it. So how on some of some of the things, they have like the normal speed. Then you can like make it go faster to the turtle side. Then you can make it go slower to the hare, or no, the tortoise side. Y'all watch this on the tortoise. So like slow it down like 3 times, and then it'll probably be normal people like speed or conversation, because we just like. And do y'all see how every conversation a bop? Because I just bop to it when I'm supposed to be telling y'all about something else. That's about the tendencies on 10, right? It is. It's a perfect example of like how and what is going on. But that's okay, because again, we've talked about, right, like fiery people. They are like our Pitta folks that have that fire. Fire is direction. Fire changes things. Fire is discipline, right? Fire is focus. So you need Pitta in your life, right? When I'm trying to create my professional development, when I'm trying to get things done, like, okay, Bridget, you need to focus. You need to get serious. You need to dial in. Like, this is important. And so I have an expectation and I have an intention that I want to do, right? That's what our Pitta constitution does. That's what our Pitta energy does for us. Because when we think about our digestive system, it has to be able to say, okay, this is useful. This is awareness. So I need to keep this and store this in the body, right? This is protein. These are amino acids. These are building blocks. This is waste, so I need to excrete it. I need to send it out, right? Oh, this is a foreign substance that's here to hurt and harm, so I need the macrophages, I need the lymphatic system to come and expel this out. But oh, no, these are carbohydrates. We need that, right? Like that's the intuitive nature. That's the intellect of our digestive fire. That's Pitta energy. So we all have it, And I'm a person that have digestive issues all the time. I have to go see, look, we about to be real friends. I have to go see my gastroenterologist because my fire is low. My fire, we be trying to stoke the fire. So I drink my lemon water in the morning. I like ginger. I have to put it in there. I need some. Wake up, metabolism. Please, that's why I'm so thick, y'all. It's the metabolism so slow, y'all. I be trying to massage the belly, do my yoga twist, get it moving. Okay, y'all, we best friends now, just so y'all know. But again, but your boxes, they're creative, right? They are the ones, they are empathetic. They are very feeling. That's why we laid out on the floor so quick, right? And so you need that compassion. You need somebody sweet to just say something randomly. So you're like, oh, you just sweet for no reason. Oh my God. That's you have a friend like that. You have a person that is like that in your life. You're just like, oh my goodness, right? But also extra sensitive, right? When they're out of balance, quickly prone to depression. What let me say, Libby was like, I'm just depressed. I don't know what happened. But it's true and it's real. And so you got to check on your people, and especially now when it's cold or in this new state of like isolation and not having this energy to feed off of, or feeling like you have space to be creative, or that you feel like you are in tune to something higher and bigger than yourself. Check on your Vata friend.
You're very spontaneous. And it's like,
all my friends know about me, And literally, I had a moment like that. Story time. I went MIA on my friends for a week and a half. They really was like,
what's up?
They was about to call 911 to come knock on my door, y'all. And they were calling each other. They was texting. They was Facebooking people that ain't even my friend no more. I'm like, I don't even talk to that person no more. And but they didn't know. And they know, like, here she goes. She's spontaneous, Bridget, da, da, da. And I told them, I was like, I'm just sad. I don't know why I'm sad. They was like, what's wrong? Somebody beat you up? I was like, first of all, somebody would never do that. But I'm just sad, and I don't know why, and blah, blah, blah. And so you gotta check and see what's going on with your people, given what's happening. Baby, thick thighs save lives, honey. Okay, my mental energy is Vata, but my physical form is Kapha. Okay, is very kapha. But okay, you think about your kapha friends. They are super grounded. You ever have a person that's just like, oh my goodness, you are the warmth like of a blanket. Like you are a
very nourishing.
They're nourishing because they're so sustained, they're so stable, because they're jolly, they're happy. The physical forms are like more rounded, more look at this round face, look at these cheeks, so that's the physical form. But also very slow, take their time, not rushing. There's no hurry here. Very sweet, love sweets, love anything that is root. That's me. Oh my goodness, I eat potatoes, I eat carrots, I eat beets. It's a root vegetable. It's from the ground. I want it. What is it? What is a turnip bottom? I eat that too. All of it, right? Everything grounding, everything nourishing, but also full of compassion. But full of compassion, like I see you talk. Okay, yeah. Mm-hmm. And it's so funny. I don't know how that my Vata and Kapha are how, because I be like either one end or the other. So I'm like, I ain't got time to hear what you're saying because I'm over here. Or the other time I'm like, can we just snuggle and cuddle all day? Can we just go eat some chicken, some good heavy meat, meats we consider heavy foods. And so can we just go do that with a baked potato? That's all I want. I just want a baked potato. A baked sweet potato at that. Let's just eat that, right? And so when you think about Kapha is building, Kapha is accepting. So Kapha always wants to accumulate. I eat all the clothes in my house, right? Like
eat the clothes.
They're just there. I just have them. But Kapha's out of balance. They take on too much, so become hoarders. And so again, another form of depression, but just in a different way. Yeah. So you can't get them out, right? Because they're so in, because they're so grounded that now I'm literally just down and sluggish, and I'm not moving, right? And so you want to try to balance that Kapha out. They need a little fire. Yeah. Get them a little fire. Yeah. Get it moving. Yeah. Let's go. Come on. Yes. And this is like, and it's I don't know if that was you.
Go ahead.
No, I think one day you were trying to get me to go to a power yoga or something where I had to move fast and do a lot. And I was like,
I think we were talking about doing some hot yoga.
That's what it was. Yeah, she wanted me to go to hot yoga. And I was like, you tried it. You tried it. I'm going to restore it. Or Vinyasa. Hot? Love you though.
But if you want to, but if you're looking to balance these doshas,
that's what you need.
You need an Ayurveda specialist.
That's what you need. You need to balance it, but it's also, you got to meet people where they are, right? Yeah. So it's like in increments. So,
and it ain't gonna happen overnight.
Oh no way.
You heard her say it's the science of life.
Yeah, for sure, and it's a process, right? And so, because again, we're trying to create something that is sustainable for you. Because I'll tell you, like, I go to the gym now. Like, I work out. I be the first one in there because I want to make sure the machines is good, for the people coming there and all of that. But I go to the gym, and it's like, that's not my normal thing. Yeah. So I'm like, okay, look at me, find balance. And I leave the gym, and I do feel accomplished. Like, the Kapha in me feels like, we just did something. It wasn't too hard, but we worked. We worked. Yeah. And my metabolism is faster a little bit now. I done lost 7 pounds. You know what I'm saying? But it's still, it's kind of like what I guess we were talking about earlier with the Ashtanga, because I follow the same set little workout. I don't change it. I'm a month in. I'm still doing the same one. I know that's not good, but whatever. I don't got no trainer. I'm my own trainer. But I follow that. And for me, being a Vata all over the place, I would be on all the machines, trying to pull stuff, lift stuff. So confusing. But nope, I just do these little 10 exercises right here. I give me a little sweat. I have to push myself. Okay, Bridget, are you breathing? Raise your shoulders, calm down, engage your core, do the little elliptical, all that type of stuff. But that's my little push for the day. Yeah. And then I go and get myself a treat. I do. Yes, that's exactly what happens. And then, okay, great. I grab some almonds, and now I'm munching, right? And so now I have satisfied my Vata, gave myself something I like that I don't need because it's going to take me out of balance. But I stoked the fire. I did. You know, and like I said, I drink my warm lemon water in the morning because if not, I don't know where I'd be, y'all.
And so,
What?
it's come to a time that we have to close.
Is it? Are you sure? Oh my goodness, it is.
Do you have a closing offering?
I do. Let me think, y'all. What kind of offering? I feel like we've given so much
We
now.
really have, man. Like, I'm like, oh my gosh. Like,
Oh my goodness. Okay.
man, like, okay, we're just going to share a closing offering for everybody. But I just want us to take a moment because IG is going to try to cut off exactly 60 minutes. And so I want us just to take a moment before Bridget offers us her closing offering just to acknowledge all this dopeness. You're like
Thank
the
you,
bomb.com.
No way.
Bridget. No, seriously. So everybody, wherever you are, take a moment to bring your palms together and bow to this queen.
Libby,
In honor and respect. Thank you.
No, thank you so much for this space, for this opportunity to be here. Y'all, we in her house. Okay, do y'all see this nice house in the background? Look, I know we ain't got no time to get into it, but look, let me go to
the offering.
Okay, I don't want everybody to see this nice house we in. Do y'all see this nice wood table, baby? Let's talk about it. Okay, we'll talk about it later. Okay, but honestly though, y'all, my offering to you is honestly take what's yours. You know, leave what's not. Move at your own pace. Like, I'm just now getting into that. I'm thankful that I'm finding that I don't have to feel rushed. So I don't want you to be rushed. And finally, release any shame, release any judgment, because this is your journey. Like, literally, nobody else can do this but you. Nobody else has your life force but you. So that is your gift. That is your offering. So you gotta do it how you want to. Like, you can't do it like how nobody else wants to because you're not anybody else. So move your own pace. Only take what's yours, friends. Can't take nobody else. Put that in. Leave it where you found it.
I love you.
I love you too. So look, thank y'all so much. So glad y'all hung out with us.
Yes, thank you for joining us and connecting with us as we are, as we see you as you are. Thank you, sending love and gratitude to everyone. I love this friends thing. I don't know if I can say it like you, but bye, friends.
Again, look, Libby, that's me. I'm telling you, I'm serious. Like, when I get my mind right, it's all inclusive. All I have is y'all and friends. Gender neutral pronouns and descriptors.
Because you know what I always do?
What?
And I try not to do it. I always say, hey guys. And I know I'm not
a guy.
Hey guys, I know. and I promise you, like, in my mind, I be like, you're not supposed to say hey guys.
No.
And I'm going to stop.
I'm telling you, y'all, friends. What's up?
Y'all hold me accountable because it's such a habit for me. And every time after I do it, I'm like, you're not supposed to say hey guys, Libby. Friends.
Friends.
Hey,
folks, or you know me. I'm from Mississippi, so y'all really is in my vocabulary. I be on my look. I just said it again. I be on my professional email. Hey y'all. It probably ain't me. If you got an email that's like, hello everyone, or I'm in a mood, and so I didn't want to give you, the real jam. Hello everyone. But no, for real. So, I'm trying to do that.
Love you all. See
Love
you later,
y'all.
friends.
Bye, y'all. Yay, love it.